everyone, and welcome back to another video. We are still continuing our climb in the Go Battle League Ultra League on our goal to rank 10. I wanted to go share a set that I had the other day. This is actually from 2 days ago. I had a really nice 5-0 set in the 2800s, so I wanted to go over the battles with you and see what we can talk about. So I had a battle. I'm at 2841 MMR at this current rating, playing against Meteor Fallion. I lead Giratina Origin into Polyrath. This is actually, a generally somewhat neutral matchup. The Ice Punches hurt. Obviously, they're super effective against us, but Shadow Ball does so much damage. I did swap out of it, even though we do beat Polyrath in the 2-shield. Kind of questionable, but I figured I can catch an Ice Punch, not have to burn a shield or anything, and get him to burn a shield. So I swap into Cresselia. He ends up switching into Registeel. Flash Cannons me. I'm going to go for Moonblast here because I'm hoping for an attack debuff, so I could possibly end up putting Registeel in a position where I can farm down. Because Registeel is obviously going to win this matchup. So we hit a couple Moonblasts there. No attack debuff, unfortunately. He's hitting us with some Flash Cannons, which definitely hurt, even though Cresselia is a tank. Going for another Moonblast. I don't know. At this point, I probably should have just done a Future Sight, because he's going to get to another Flash Cannon before I get to another move, but that's fine. He actually... I'm pretty sure he undercharged it a little bit just so he could farm up a little more, which is smart of him. So I actually bring in Swampert here. I want to do some major farming here. I do shield up a Focus Blast. And I want to try to get a Flash Cannon off just before he gets another charge attack, so I build up a bunch of energy. So I end up getting this this Hydro Cannon off. He brings Polyrath back in. Because I overfarmed, I shoot an Earthquake here and think that he might not realize that it's an Earthquake, and he doesn't shield it, which is nice. He goes for a Dynamic Punch, so I did a perfectly timed switch. Unfortunately, he brings in Granbull, and I throw a Shadow Ball here. I'm barely able to get to one before he charms me down, and I don't know if he thought it was an Ominous Wind, possibly, but anyway, we got in a position where he didn't shield that. He saved a shield for Polyrath. This is going to be easy now. We throw a Hydro Cannon. We have a shield left still. He ends up just not shielding and leaving the match because there's no chance for him to win at that point. So we won that. That was a really nice played match. Yeah, I'm thinking that on that Granbull, he just assumed I only got to an Ominous Wind and was just throwing it before I died. But unfortunately for him, I was able to get to a Shadow Ball, and he just must not have anticipated that and didn't shield. If he shielded that up, it would have been really close, because I would have had to throw some Hydro Cannons. But anyway, we're going to our second match of the set. It does take kind of a while. I'm playing the video back at 2x speed, so it takes a while to find opponents sometimes, but we're going to play against this guy. He leads Empoleon, which I've been seeing a lot of lately. This is a very good lead for our team. He switches into Giratina with Dragon Breath. I'm going to stick around because I got a couple of Shadow Claws in on Empoleon, so I get to Shadow Ball fairly quickly, get him to burn a shield, and then I'll go into Cresselia. This should be an easy matchup for us to win at this point, even though Giratina is a little bit ahead of us on energy. But we do have a shield advantage here. If he decides to take it to 2 shields, to use both his shields, we could easily just shield and beat him here. I have a tricky decision to make here. I do decide to shield up a Shadow Sneak because he has the potential, if he decides to shield, to kind of bait me with Dragon Claws later on. So I decide to shield up the move that I know is going to hurt the most here, and then he brings Empoleon back up. I do decide to just go for Future Sight here just to do a bunch of damage. He does not shield it. Still is about half health. He's going to try to farm me all the way down. We're able to get to another Future Sight, but he has a lot of energy, and sometimes Empoleons carry Blizzard. So a little bit tricky for us. I am going to try to farm him down at this point, but I'm not sure who to go into, so I end up going back into Giratina. I'm not sure what to do here. I figure it might be a Blizzard, so I shield it. It is a Blizzard, so good call on the shield. He ends up switching into Clefable. I'm going to throw this Shadow Ball and then go right into Swampert here. He doesn't shield that. We have Hydro Cannons. This should be a wrap at this point because even if he shields this Hydro Cannon, we will get to another Hydro Cannon before he can charm us down, and then he doesn't have any shields left for Empoleon. Empoleon might be able to get to a Hydro Cannon to kill Swampert, but he has like no health left, so we ended up winning that. He wouldn't have been able to beat Giratina even if he was able to kill Swampert. So that was another nice win. We're 2-0 in the set right now, and our third opponent is coming up soon, hopefully. Takes a while. Tell me how you guys like this new layout. I decided to use a different layout for the YouTube videos, slightly different from my Twitch stream. But yeah, I wanted to include the movesets so that you guys can see. I actually have switched from Ominous Wind to Dragon Pulse since making this video. because I feel like I don't bait that much, so the Ominous Wind doesn't really help that much. I'm not really ever getting boosts. I switched it to Dragon Pulse just so I have a little bit of coverage just in case I get locked up in a match against Obstagoon or Snorlax, which happens quite frequently. We're going to play against Uzukwu. Kind of a familiar name. I might have played this guy before, but he leads with Escavalier. This is very good for our team. He swaps into Zangoose, which I don't see very much of. He uses Night Slash. I swap into Cresselia because Cresselia has a worse matchup against Escavalier, so even if Cresselia loses this matchup, Swampert should be able to sweep up Escavalier and Zangoose. So we're going to No Shield again. He's going to Night Slashes again. We should be able to get to a Moonblast, but no, he gets to a Night Slash right here. I do decide to shield, so I could throw this Moonblast. Kind of questionable. I might have been able to farm him down if I just let that go. But he decides to shield also, and he gets an attack drop. And then he decides he really, really wants to win the switch advantage, so we're going to let this go and then come in. Now I'm going to go for a very aggressive farm down. Zangoose is immune, or rather double resists the Shadow Claws, so we're able to get quite a bit of Shadow Claw damage on him. But I don't really mind losing switch here because we have two Pokemon that could beat Escavalier, so he's going to bring in Blastoise at this point. I'm worried about Ice Beam. He might just have Hydro Cannon. It is just Hydro Cannon. So I'm going to go for an Ominous Wind here because he's within range where a Shadow Ball is kind of overkill anyway, so at least we'll get a chance at the boost. And we ended up getting another Ominous Wind, unfortunately for our opponent. And we got the boost here. So at this point, there's really nothing this Escavalier could do. We still have a full health Swampert in the back. Swampert's Hydro Cannons do like 50% damage anyway, so we didn't need the boost there, but it is nice to get the boost, even if it is like in a situation where it doesn't matter. I feel like it was a good 3 days or so in between when I last got the boost and now. So I guess that was one of the few situations where Ominous Wind kind of comes in handy because I was able to use a lower energy charge attack to force a shield and then get to it again. We're going to play against the 6'4 Ninja, which you guys may have seen him around. He hangs around Twitch chats a lot. I've played against him quite a few times. He's around similar MMR as me. He leads with Machamp, which is very good for us, and then switches into Gyarados. I decided to Shadow Ball him here, and he does not shield it. He's seen me play before. He knows I do sometimes bait in that scenario. But at this point, since he did not shield it, I'm going to just straight farm him down all the way. So we have a lot of energy now. He's going to bring Machamp back in. We're going to just go for a Shadow Ball. He's going to let it hit. And then he should be able to get to a Rock Slide. I'm torn between whether to shield or not. Actually, I decided to no shield. He goes for a Cross Chop. We were almost able to get to an Ominous Wind anyway. But at this point, he has a Registeel in the back. So I brought in Cresselia to try to farm him down, but he swapped to Registeel, so therefore I bring in Swampert. And he does go for the Focus Blast first. He has a lot of shields, so it still could be a tricky matchup. At this point, since he has a bunch of shields, I'm just going to go straight Hydro Cannon. Because it's going to force him to use shields. If I was to go for Earthquake and he shields, that ends up using up a ton of energy. But if I just go straight Hydro Cannon, I should be able to win this matchup because he still needs to hit 2 more charge moves. So there we go. I shoot another Hydro Cannon at this point. And he uses his last shield. I do switch into Cresselia at this point. I'm not sure if I think I might have been able to make it to a Hydro Cannon there, but I didn't want to risk it because I was in Flash Cannon range. I decided to throw a Future Sight here because Future Sight does more damage, and he's within range for me to kill him with 2 Future Sights. So he's going to throw more Flash Cannons. I'm now thinking that he's going to possibly try to swap to catch the Future Sight on his Machamp, so I'm going to overfarm a little bit. Actually, no, I don't. I end up throwing right away. I don't know why. I probably should have overfarmed a bit, but at this point, nothing Machamp can do. We can just farm him down with the Psycho Cuts because he's weak to Psychic, even though Psycho Cut's a weak move. And then going to our last, I believe this is our last match of the set. I think we're 4-0 at this point. We're going to go into our last match of the set. We got Fluffy, a bunch of Fs in the name. But they're going to leave Escavalier. Another really great lead for us. We were very fortunate in this set. I've been seeing a lot of steel leads, like between Melmetal, Escavalier, occasionally Registeel, and then Empoleon as well. They swap into Snorlax to try to catch a Shadow Ball, but I didn't bite on it. A lot of people have been doing that lately. They'll wait for a 7 count, and then they'll swap into a normal-type Pokemon, like Obstagoon or Snorlax, to try to catch the Shadow Ball, since it does barely any damage at all. But anyway, we counter-switch into Cresselia, because Cresselia has a bad matchup against Escavalier. We don't plan on shielding this matchup, because it doesn't really matter if we win this, because we have 2 counters to Escavalier. We end up getting the Future Sight through, which is nice. We're just going to let these Body Slams hit us. We should be able to get to another Moonblast. He will Body Slam us one more time, I believe. Nope, okay. We get to the Moonblast. I believe he shields here to try to win switch advantage. Yes, he does. and then he's going to body slam us here. He's going to KO us. We're going to come in for an aggressive farm down. Actually, we're not going to farm down. I'm gonna throw energy with no charge at all, and now I'm going to try to farm down because I was already close to 100 energy. This is just going to be a body slam. He didn't have enough time to get to an earthquake, so we'll let this hit us. And now we have a ton of energy. He's going to bring in Lapras, so we're going to go throw a Shadow Ball here. If it doesn't, Lapras does shield. If he doesn't shield, it still doesn't do that much damage. It's maybe like 40%. At this point, Escavalier has a Mega Horn. It does a ton of damage anyway. He's within range of Earthquake, but not Hydro Cannon, so we're actually going to throw the Earthquake. Earthquake does about 70% to Escavalier's health. And then we're just going to bring in Lapras. We're just going to go straight Earthquake here. We are going to shield this, because if it's an Ice Beam, it would hurt a lot. It is just a Surf, so not too big of a deal. We are going to throw the Earthquake, which, as you can see here, does probably a little over half of Lapras' health. We end up trying to catch a Surf right here, and Lapras does use Surf, which is fortunate for us. We do have a Hydro Cannon ready, so it doesn't even really matter at this point, because Lapras, by the time we farm down a bit, is within Hydro Cannon range. So we ended up winning that, which is really, really nice. And that was our last match of the set. We went 5-0 here. Gonna collect our rewards really quick. And we get a Scraggy, which is nice. I still don't have a Scrafty built. I've been trying to trade and get a good one for PvP, or maybe even just get a perfect one, but I have not. I've not yet. Bad IVs again, of course. And then we're going to check our rating, and we got up to 2983 at this point. Or 2893, rather. So we actually played one more set of that day after this. We went 3-2, and we lost 3 points. So we actually ended that day at 2890. Which was pretty awesome for the memes. We ended up at 2890, and I'm Jason2090. I guess I need to change my name to Jason3000 if I want to hit rank 10, right? But yeah, those are the matches from 2 days ago. I did play yesterday and did very poorly. We ended up losing about 100 points. We got knocked back down to the 2700s on stream. I had a 2-3, 2-3, 2-3, and a 1-4 set. And we ended that stream at 2782. I had 2 more sets that I did off stream. I climbed back up into the 2800s barely. I think I'm at 2806 now, but we will continue our grind later today. If you're enjoying the video, definitely like, comment, subscribe. If you want to check me out on Twitch, I do try to stream my sets at least 5 days a week. Been doing it every day for quite a bit now. So join us on Twitch. We got the the names down there if you want. I'll put links in the description. But anyway, thank you for watching, and take care. We'll see you next time.